So Shankara was saying, Lebhva kathanchit. Let us not waste our time in trying to find out how we got the human birth. Kathanchit, by some crook method, by one method or the other. You have got the human birth. And again, at this moment, as you are, we have a little anxiety or hunger to know the spiritual world, mumukshutva. And Mahapurusha Samshraya, a great teacher, has taken us under his wings. Even little bit in what way, why we got it. We don't know the cause, but here the effect is there. And yet, if you and I are not striving to reach out to the higher state of consciousness, but still chooses to remain in this world of plurality, living only in sensuality, it is indeed a suicidal living. You are killing yourself unnecessarily. You must put forth our effort. Ita?
Itah kon vasti mudhatma.
Iha ko dvasti mudhatma.
Yastu swarthe pramadyati. Durlabham manusham deham.
Durlabham manusham deham.
Prapya tatrapi paurusham.
Therefore he is asking himself a question. The answer is self-evident. Ita konvasti. In this world, where is that man? Is there anyone? Swarthe pramadam. One who is working against himself. Is there a man who is not, who is trying to destroy himself consciously, knowingly? Maybe unknowingly we may do something wrong. The drunkard or the murderer, he may not know the consequences. On the spur of the moment he did it, it is possible. But is there a man who consistently 365 days live a wrong way of life and not strive for the highest? Yahakonvasti mudhatma. Such a fool, is there anyone? Swarthe pramadam. In here blessing himself, he falls short of. He fails to bless himself. Durlabham manusham deham. This body of a man, which is very durlabha, very rare, having got it, tatrapi paurusham. Not only that you have got a physical body, but you have got the dynamism necessary to achieve great things. Paurusham, purushatva. Still, if you are not, is there a man who doesn't want to bless himself, strive to get the best in the world, the highest achievement? A question. The answer is universally. There is nobody who is not, who has no love for himself, that he will try to destroy himself.
Vadantu shastrani yajantu devan.
Vadantu shastrani yajantu devan.
Kurvantu karmani bhajantu devataha. Atmaikya bodhena vina vimuktihi. Na siddhyati brahma shatanam.
When we hear this much, in many of your minds the doubt would be, Swamiji, I would love to, but I don't know anything. When I look around, I find there are people who are doing spiritual work in the name of spirituality. And whatever they are doing, I am not competent enough to do it. I cannot do it. What are they? Vadandu Shastran. There are people who learn everything of Shastra, erudite scholar. What you and I see around us is that some people have got all the knowledge of the Upanishads and the Brahma Sutra and the Gita and all the textbooks, Shastra. Others, they are engaged themselves in karma kanda, yajnas and yagas and pujas. Some others are serving the society, hospitals and other things that you institutions where you serve without ego and egocentric desires and thus purify the mind. These are things that I see around me. You say that I must live the spiritual life. I have no objection. But how can I do it? Unfortunately, God has put me in such a situation that I have no equipment, no knowledge. The required knowledges are not with me. Shankara consoles them. Vadandu Shastran. Those who know Shastra, let them go and scream their quotations and they have learned the parts of the Vedas. Let them chant. Why are you worried? My dear boy, it has nothing to do with you. Vadandu Shastrani. Ejandu Devata. Let them invoke all the Devatas by special mantra, special vratas, the special pujas. Let them invoke the Devatas. Ejandu Devan, Purvandu Karman. There are people who know the karma, the Veda karmas, the rituals, elaborate yajnas and yagas. Let them do it. Why are you worried about? Your complaint is, I don't know anything of these thoughts. Never mind. Don't do it. Let them do it. Bhajandu Devataha. Let them go and prostrate or meditate and in devotion approach and invoke Shiva and Vishnu and Krishna and Jesus, and let them do it. If they are inclined that way and they are inspired by it, let them do it. But be my child, please be sure, make you one thing clear in your mind. And what is it? Atmaikya bodhena vina vimuktihi. The liberation, gaining a glimpse of the higher state of consciousness, this lifting yourself from the egocentric standpoint into this new dimension of consciousness can never happen. Vina, what? Atmaikya bodhe. Until you realize that the self in me, that individuality in me itself is that Brahman, the reality. Until the dreamer realizes that I, the dreamer, myself am the waker, then only you are awake. If the dreamer says that I have got all the knowledge of the waking, let them scream. Let him talk about it. But we have to actually come to first-hand direct experience. Then only you can say that you are awake. In the same way, all these yajnas and yagas and rituals, etc. are all to quieten your mind. And with that quietened mind, through contemplation, you have to glide into this new dimension of consciousness. Without waking up to that state of consciousness, Liberation from the charms of the world of objects outside can never be, you cannot be liberated from them. You are still a limited ego. Probably the ego is bloated up, that I know Shastra, I know Upanishad, Taittiriya Upanishad, I can chant and bring the ceiling down. Added ego, that is all. No. Study all those things and then live up to it and wake up to that state of consciousness. Na siddhyati, you cannot gain. Swamiji, what is the hurry? We are not Christians or Muslims, we are Hindus. This is not the last life. We have got many, many lives to come. So what is the hurry about it? I will pray to the Lord, and the Lord in not this life but in another life, yes, He will feel kind to me and then He will lift me up. If that is your concept, no, Brahma Shatandari. Even after 100 times the Brahmaji has come. Like the ministers are for 5 years, President of America is for 5 years, the Brahmaji is an appointment by the Lord. He who is the creator is an appointment, and he is generally appointed till 1 yuga. Meaning many, many thousands of years. I don't know the number. I remember 427 something like that. A number is the number of years of one Brahmaji. Then he retires and another cabinet minister, Brahmaji, is appointed. Now, until thus hundreds of creators have come and gone, still you will be what you are. If you just wait, it will come one day, it will not come. It is an evolution. You have to strive to reach a higher state of progress or development in yourself. So that you don't give an excuse that I don't know Veda, I don't know Shastra, I don't know Puja, I don't know Mantra. It's not necessary. All these are meant for your mental purification. If you have got true devotion to the Lord, and with that devotion in you, surrender your ego and serve the world as best as you know. If you don't know serving the world, at least serve your father and mother, your wife and children, or your own relations, or your community. That is sufficient. And purified mind turns attention to the higher reality.
Amritatvasya nashasti
Amritatvasya nashasti
Vittene tyeva hi shrutihi
Vittene vesaye shrutihi
Braviti karmano muktehe Ahetutvam sphutam yataha
Amrita, mrita, death. Amrita, deathlessness. Amritatvasya na asha asti. You cannot even hope to get that immortality. Immortality meaning beyond change. Mortality is the state in finite world. Finite world of things and beings, experienced through the BMI, the mind, intellect and body. All experiences are finite, they are never permanent, because it belongs to the Einsteinian world of time and space. Time is constantly changing. All these experiences are in the realm of time. Naturally, therefore, every experience is constantly changing. If you want to reach the state of changelessness, if you want to experience the timeless, the permanent, the eternal, the substratum upon which all changes are taking place, Amritatvasya na asha asti. You need not even have a hope of ever getting into that state of consciousness. Vittene teva hisuri. Vittena, by wealth. No, Swamiji, I will purchase it. Shankaracharya I will purchase. Is it? I can afford it. So that the metas have method. Purchase everybody by money. Harsha metta. So the metta method you cannot get. Don't think that kingdom, I've got a kingdom, I will give the kingdom to the Mahatma and Mahatma will give me a guliya or a pudiya and the pudiya I take in moksha. No, it is not outside, you have to do it yourself. Vittene teva hisruti. Nadhanena, tyagena, egena, amrutattvamanusha. Every day you are chanting, what is the use? So Navittena Bhagavan himself, I mean Rishi himself says that by money you cannot. Na karmana, na prajaya, dhanena. So by karma and popularity, etc., all by wealth. You cannot reach there. Tyagena again. By tyaga alone, by giving up your identification with the BMI, giving up your false fascination to enjoy the world of objects. Only then you can awake into that higher state of consciousness. Thus Shruti herself says that by wealth, by outside things, na karmana. Therefore, if you can't do karma, if you don't know Shastra, if you don't know Puja Vidhi, doesn't matter. By wealth you cannot. Bhaviri karmano mukte. Thereby he is trying to express, the Rishi is trying to express that karma, however noble the action may be, is not a direct cause for your liberation. In the spiritual path, it is not a direct cause for it. The direct cause of good actions and noble actions is only antakarana shuddhi, the mental purity. The mind becomes calm and serene and sattvic. It cannot give you mukti. Sputam yada, it is too clear that it is obvious, it is very, without any confusion. The teachers are directly telling us that by karma or by with the wealth, you cannot reach there. Therefore, we said that thousands of creators may come and go, and yet you will not progress towards it until you get yourself involved and put your own effort in striving to wake up into the higher state of consciousness.
Ato vimuktयै prayateta vidvan.
Ato vimuktaihi prayateta vidvan.
Sanyasta bahyartha sukha spruha san. Santam mahantam samupetya deshikam. Tenopadishtartha samahitatma.
Ataha, therefore, since by karma you cannot reach, by your wealth you cannot reach, by your, studies and Shastra knowledge you cannot reach, then what is the matter? Ataha, therefore, vimukti prayateta vidwan, the wise man who is vimukti for liberation, striving, those who are striving to reach this unfoldment in themselves. What is he to do? What does he do? What should he do? Sanyastha That is the difficulty, Swamiji. That is why I am going to join Christianity. Christianity never says sannyas. Give up. No. Acquire, 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 and give it to the church. This is more dynamic, economically viable. This Indian will give it up, give it up. And only a Lengoti, you go to the Himalayas and... At the same time, those Mahapurushas whom we adore and worship and respect throughout the country, Rama or Krishna, look at them. What have they given up? 16,008 living wives. Did he give up? Did he give up anything? Rama, the kingdom, did he give up? Think. All our gods are married people with household troubles, with their teenage children. Ganesh and Subramanya quarreling at all times, and Shankara is to come and give one or two and then go to meditation. It's throughout. Vishnu has his trouble. Everybody has got. And yet you say, sannyas, give up. What is to be given up? Sannyastha, having given up. Bahyartha, bahya, outside. Artha, wealth, objects. Give up all outside objects. Swamiji, that is what I said. Give up my good, beautiful house that I have created through scam. Through corruption. And my car and all this is to be given up. Shankara has got only one tongue in the mouth. So the student must have the patience to listen to what he is talking, to jump on him. Sannyastha, what? Bahyartha, all outside objects. Sukha, ayya. So you are not asked to give up the objects. You have no right to give up the world objects. I have given up the world. Tumhara baap banaya. How can you give up a thing which you don't think is not yours? I have given up my wife, my children, my business. Which is it yours? They all belong to others. See? One delegate appreciating another delegate, he says that, in a mood of extreme compassion and love, अरे यार ये आश्रम तुम ले ले. This is not yours. This is called property. So sannyasta bahyartha sukha. Usme ek sukha hai. There is a joy in it. That the happiness you give up. Let the objects be there. Let the objects dance all around you. And you go on watching it. You need not run away from it. And not even the sukha. If there is sukha, enjoy. Who said no? Sukha, spriha. Spriha, clinging attachment to those joys that without that I can't live, Swamiji. It is extremely subjective. It is not objective surrender, renunciation. Objective renunciation, every fool can do it. You quarrel with your wife and you just run away. You have renounced. But it's my sukha and the spriha is already in you, and therefore even if you give up your wife and children in the town and go to the Himalayas in the Ganges banks, you will marry again. You may not marry because there is no convenience there, but you just live with them. Why? That spriha is still there with you. It is not his fault. It is not a mistake that he has done. It is his mental disease. So what you have to give up is only your spriha clinging attachment to, the joy arising from objects outside, sannyas. So sannyas is not objects and outside. Sannyas is not the joy contained in the objects of the outer world. But your spriha, which is subjective, totally your mental attitude, you evaluate that these are the real pleasures of life and I can't live without them. Then you become a slave to the objects of the outside world. Thereafter you cannot sit down for contemplation because the mind runs to these. Why? Spriha. Spriha meaning clinging attachment to. So having given up this inner urge or sense of urgency to enjoy and eke out your happiness in contact with the world outside. So that spriha underline, so every time you read, and not that you are going to read again, whenever you read that word spriha, when it is understood, underlined, then you understand, oh yes, it's not sannyas, it's not outside objects, it's not the joy contained in it, but it is my mental valuation for those joys. Then I become a slave to the objects of the outside. Sandam mahandam samupetya deshikam. Thereafter, samupetya, with all humbleness approaching a teacher who is a Sanda Purusha, Sat Purusha, a noble man of character. Mahandam, who has got endless compassion for others. If he is a very great disciplinarian and he can't understand our difficulty, he has forgotten that he was a stupid fool before he became wise man. Can't you not understand? Why didn't you not do it? He must have extreme compassion that the student may make 100th time a mistake. Give him 100th kick, but keep him there. Don't kick him out unless he collapses outside. Hold him. Sandam mahandam samupetya. And don't go to him and say, hi, Swami, what do you think of this Atman, the self? Do you think that is there? You won't understand. Samupetya. With great devotion and reverence and respect, you approach them. Deshikam. And approach, not that anybody who has got a gariva cloth, don't go there. Be intelligent. Try to find out, does he know the Upanishads? Does he know our literature? Has he studied under a great teacher? Has he tried to live up to it? Deshikam, a man of knowledge, approach him. Because when I am drowning, if I go and catch someone who himself is also drowning, then together we'll drown quicker. I must approach someone who is a swimmer, and then he may save me, help me a little. He himself has not studied the Shastra, or he has studied the Shastra but he has not lived up to it in sadhana. Then he is not. A Deshika is one who has the knowledge of the Shastra. Knowledge of the Shastra, not bookish knowledge, but also knowledge arising out of his own sadhana and direct experience. Tenopadishtartha samahidatma. Thereafterwards, live with him. Tena upadishta, that which is advised by him. Samahidatma. Maintaining in your mind the ideas that he has given you and disciplining yourself to live and think in that direction. Samahidatma. Thus tuning yourself to it, walking the path that is shown by such a master. May you live there with a teacher And that is the way to slowly get introduced to the path of contemplation and meditation.
उद्धरेदात्मनात्मानं मग्नं संसारवारिधौ योगारूढत्वमासाद्य सम्यक् दर्शननिष्ठया.
Oh, Swami, any student will have the feeling, oh teacher, you know the higher. I am a useless fellow. Please lift me up. Like children, when they are going to the temple, Mom, Ma, meaning lift, so that I can suck my thumb, remain comfortably. I need not worry about every stone on the road. I can just watch over your shoulders the world marching around. You carry me. You understand? That way, every student will have a feeling that, oh Lord, oh Guru, just show me the back. I will jump on it. I mean, don't worry. And carry me on. No. The teacher in the very beginning of the Vivek Chudamani washes his hands off with the Lysol soap. Why? Of the disciples. Don't hang on to me, please. Uddhared Atmanatma. Lift yourself by yourself. Nobody can help us. Nobody. It is a path of evolution. Nobody can help you. If it is a revolution, others can help you. It is an opening of it. The gardener can only water the plant. But how can he make the bud to open? Say, I have to go and meet my girlfriend and the flower is not opened up. Hey, gardener, open it up. The gardener cannot do. The flower must open by itself. You have to open up yourself. Uddhared Atmanatmanam. And in Gita it is said, Natmanam avasadet. Having lifted your mind a little during these 10-12 days of camp, a little, the moment you reach the railway station, ice cream in one hand, Coca-Cola in the other hand. From there onwards, you are in poor samsara and a vague memory. Yes, I had been to Siddhavali, very costly. That is all you remember. What was the textbook? Don't remember. From a big word, vive, something like that. See? Na atmanam avasade. Don't bring it down. To go down is easy. Because millions and trillions of years you have been already lived the animal life, and therefore the animal tendencies are more powerful in us than the higher values of spiritual urges, and therefore don't allow it to come down. Let those animal passions in you die away by disuse. So Gita's very emphatically here. Uddhared Atmanatmanam Magnam Samsara Varidhau. He's an early student. He is just entering into the portals of Vedanta. So that if he is told that, no, lift yourself by yourself, from where? Swamiji, I am maja mein. I am living comfortably now. Why should I lift? I have not fallen anywhere. Samsara Varidhau. From the ocean of plurality. At this moment, all our experiences are either physical or mental or intellect. In all those experiences, the world of plurality, it is change. Wherever you turn, you gain the experience physical, mental, intellectual only in the world of plurality, and all such experiences are conditioned by time and therefore changing. So as it were, you have fallen into an ocean. Having slipped and fell down from the ship in the midst of Pacific Ocean, and the captain is worried and he is trying to throw a rope, and you say that, not necessary. In Barcelona, I got the gold medal for swimming. I will swim. Nobody can swim and cross an ocean. It is shoreless. You need help. You and I have fallen into an ocean, meaning shoreless. With our present effort, our own effort, you cannot reach the shore safely. The shore, ocean of change, plurality. Samsara varidhau, yoga rudhatvam asadhya. Having gained yoga arudha. That again in Gita. Throughout the Vivek Chudamani you will find thus echoes from the Upanishads, from the Brahma Sutra, as well as from the Gita. Because Shankara, though he is using his poetry and reveling in it, he is never losing sight of our Shastra, because it is a textbook of introductory textbook, and he has no right to say anything of his own. It must be in line with the great rishis, what they have declared and expounded in their signs of self-unfoldment. Yoga arudhatvam asadhya, having mounted the steed of the mind, the horse of the mind. Arudha, having mounted. Mounted what? Yoga, the steed of your mind. Having brought the mind under your control. Not a mind that runs all over and you run after him. Swamiji, I am tired. Why? My mind is like that. My mind is like that means mind is running here and there and I am running after it and I can't reach the mind. By the time I reach the mind where the mind is now, mind has already moved to another place and I run after. Marathon race from morning till I sleep. That is the only time I got some rest. And that is why I am sleeping all the time. See? Those who have brought the mind under their control. Because once the rider has mounted that steed or the horse knows that I've got a master now. Thereafter the horse implicitly obeys whatever the driver wants. So then, having mounted the steed of the mind, having brought the mind under your control, the yoga arudhatvam asadhya, samyak darshana nishtaya. How can you do that? By learn to live in life samyak darshana, seeing the Lord's play everywhere, without any raga dvesha, without any hatredness and jealousies and greeds and passions in the world. Recognizing everyone essentially in the core of every individual there is this my divine self. Recognizing this oneness or the presence of the life in everyone. Respecting life in all living beings, plant, animal and human. Slowly, that is to say, all the time you have got a vague memory of the divine presence everywhere, deep in behind your mind, and maintain that. By this process, bring the mind to under your own control.
Sanyasya sarva karmani bhava bandha vimuktaye yatyatam panditair dhiraihi atmabhyasa upasthitaihi.
Sanyasya, having given up, sarva karmani, all activities. You delegates must have seen our brahmacharis, given up all activity. They will not even clean their own bed. Sarvakarmani. Their own roof they won't clean. Anywhere dirt comes, he tries to add to it, if possible. Because that they have learned from art, from the Shastra, that you must give. So if there is one paper lying down there, you search and put 3 papers more there. Give. Sarvakarmani doesn't mean all actions. If you have given up all actions, where is the rishis writing these Upanishads? Rama and Krishna did not sit down quietly in one corner. Even Buddha did not sit down, but trained 500 disciples and sent them round, especially to China and Japan. Is it not? Which is the Mahapurusha who has not done work? But it is written here, Sanyasya Sarvakarman. 1,500 years in India, these are the words that the Brahmins emphasize, that a sannyasi should do no work. Sit down on the Ganges banks, like one of those rocks on the Ganges banks, and become rocky. Only the sign of life is, at 12 o'clock you open the mouth, and the bhiksha must come to you. That is how Hinduism has broken down this way. All Mahapurushas were working from morning till evening, striving on, and many of them died because of overwork. So it's not that karma should be ended. Then selfish, egocentric activities to give up is called karma sannyas. Giving up sannyas, karma, is to purify the action by removing from your mind the ego, selfish desires. So, sannyasya sarvakarmani doesn't mean give up all activities and your duties in the society, but fulfill all of them, but always without ego and egocentric desires. Sarvakarmani, bhavabandha vimuktaye. No, give up. Why is it that you look very tired today? What is it? Swamiji, 2 दिन हो गया, खाने ही नहीं खाए. I didn't eat at all. Last 2 days I have not eaten. Oh, you have given up? Yes, given up eating. Why? Stomach upset. I have got fever, therefore I did not eat. Similarly, don't say that I have given up karma because of some reason. No, no, no. The reason must be, the motive must be, the goal must be bhavabandha vimuktaye, to liberate ourselves from the ego-centered, the world of plurality. At this moment as an ego, you are living in those plurality, entrapped by their charms. To liberate yourself from it, you must try to do karma without ego and selfish desires. Yatyatam pandidair dhirai. Yatyatam, may they put forth yatna effort. Pandidaihi, by wise people who has learned the Upanishads. Dhiraihi, not merely studied the Upanishads, but those who have become themselves dhira. In the Vedic literature, the Upanishads, buddhi means the discriminative power. It is with the buddhi that the modern scientist is progressing, discriminating and studying carefully the phenomena outside, and through that process, scientific methods as they call, they come to know various truths which were not before known to the world. That is buddhi. Buddhi. And buddhi and buddhu are very, very near. That discriminative buddhi is not what teachers, when the Upanishad rishis call as dhi, without bu. Minus bu, in buddhi, when you say dhi, it means a mind and intellect that has been integrated and quieted. Sattvic thoughts. Dhiraihi, those who have brought their mind under the control of the intellect and they have become sattvic, brought the inner personality under their control, such people, who is wise, who has studied the scriptures, Atmabhyasa upastidaihi, those who are pursuing consistently. Atmabhyasa, abhyasa practice, practicing in turning the entire attention of the mind and intellect to the Atman, the self. May they turn their attention to the higher in deep meditation, attempts at deep meditation. Atmabhyasa upastidaihi chittasya.
Chittasya shuddhaye karma.
Chittasya shuddhaye karma.
Natu vastu palabdhaye. Vastu siddhir vicharena. Na kinchit karma kotibhihi.
Now, chittasya shuddhaye karma. All your sadhana, whether you are a Christian or Islamic or Hindu or a Buddhist, your teachers have advised you various methods of practicing, and all these practices, all religious and spiritual sadhana, chittasya shuddhaye. It is only for purifying the mind, quietening the mind. Natu vastu upalabdhe. It is not that because of your karma, the various sadhanas that you have done, you are gaining the Atman, the self. The Atman, the self is already there. I hope all of you are alive, isn't it? All of you are conscious. Anybody unconscious here? It is that consciousness that we are talking. The life in you, it is already there. Only thing is, we are not aware of it. We have no direct experience of it. In order to have the direct experience, we must have a mind in contemplation. Mind cannot be in contemplation because it is at this moment, it is fully engaged in the world of objects outside. So to gather the mind from there and quieten the mind is called antakarana shuddhi. So then all sadhanas are chittasya shuddhaye. Chitta, thoughts. Shuddhi, purification. Purification means quietening. Quietening the thoughts is the goal for which all karmas, all spiritual activities, whether it is a pilgrimage or dipping in every pond of water that the Panda points out to you. Ganapati took bath here, Lakshmana went there, and Rama was with an arrow made this tank, and everywhere taking bath, until at last you get pneumonia. All these are, you give a charity to somebody, constructed an ashram or a school or a hospital. All these karmas that you do for the benefit of others, all these are for antakarana shuddhi. Don't get an idea that I am improving you all. Impossible. Even God could not do it, and He left you. So, na vastu upalabdhe. Na vastu upalabdhe, it is not to gain that, but it is only for purifying the mind. And once the mind is purified, it is very easy. You are automatically there, because contemplation will take you to the higher place. Vastu siddhir vicharena. In order to gain that vastu, get a direct experience of it, it can be only vichara, through contemplation. A mind, today our mind cannot do contemplation effectively. Why? Mind runs into sense objects. The moment you sit down to contemplate, you start thinking, shall I have a cup of coffee and then? How nice it would be. You are meditating, mind you. I am the Atman, I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect. None of these objects are there. They are all finite, perishable, the permanent, eternal, immutable self. That self I am, that self I am, a cup of coffee, self I am. See how from the sublime to the ridiculous. This always happens. Because Antakana Shuddhi is not there. So first you purify the mind, and with that purified mind, Vastu Siddhi, in order to gain that experience direct of the Vastu, the reality, vichare, through contemplation only. Not because I did so much of japa. Seekers generally come and tell me, I have finished 10 crores of Rama japa, Ram, 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 Ram. I wrote 10 crores, good for the stationery shopkeepers. So many books you have finished. Don't say the quantity. I have been meditating regularly, Swamiji, for the last 4 years. Regularly, every day, early morning I do it. Every day, 1.5 hours, and nothing happens. Nothing will happen. See, it is only purification of the mind. However much you may clean the vessel, where will milk come in? You must clean the vessel, then pour milk into it. Oh, by cleaning the vessel, milk will not come. No, then I am not going to clean the vessel. If the vessel is not cleaned, by the time you pour the milk, you will be ready within a half an hour's time to make the Calcutta sweet. Isn't it? The milk will be spoiled. So bartan must be manjana. Bartan must be filled, cleaned. And in the cleaned vessel you receive milk. In the same way, mind has to be purified. With the purified mind, do vichar. It will be consistent. It will not trip back again into the world of objects. Vastu siddhi vichare. Nakinjit karma koti bihi. Not by karma, by any action, however noble and sacred it may be. Karma koti bihi. Even koti crores of karmas you may do. Crores of yajnas and yagas, havans, pujas, worship. You may do all those karmas, or service of the society. They can only purify your mind. And with a purified mind, it's only through contemplation you can raise the highest. There we stop now.